Watching the news at the moment, like, I finally understand watching football, because night after night, I feel like I'm watching like this, going, oh, come on! Get off the news!
Sarah, what do you make of Donald Trump?
I find that the right in America seem to be so contradictory. So on one hand, they're like very pro-life, and so that's very tricky in terms of women's reproductive rights. And then on the other side, they're talking about pro-gun laws and supporting that. And I feel like if we just called maybe fatal shootings very late-term abortions, we could solve it. Like, how can it be that, like, you are allowed to kill an intruder in your house but not evacuate one from your womb? Like, pick a team. It's one or the other. We were the 10th call he made was to Theresa May, and everyone's questioning that. And if we want his attention, we need a pussy he wants to grab. And I think we should pretend that Kelly Brook is Prime Minister. Not just to entice him, not let him near her. I'll kick his head in if he touches her, but just to like, get him interested.
Yeah. Are you saying that instead of phoning number 10, it should be some sort of chat line first? Just to kind of, hi.
Yeah. It does make you realise travelling, though, like the white privilege. So my brother-in-law is British Indian, and we travelled together home for Christmas this year, and I'm really late to airports all of the time, and he was getting really angry with me, and I couldn't understand it, and I was like, come on, madam, like, we'll just run through the airport. And he's like, you don't understand. I'm a brown man who likes to wear mainly black clothes, and my orthopaedic backpack clutches around the front. I cannot run through an airport.
Daniel Radcliffe was asked what advice he would give to his younger self, and he said, don't try too hard to be something you're not, which is the essence of acting.
I found that saying I've never seen Game of Thrones this week on Twitter became like the new announcing that you're a vegan, and everyone just, I've never seen any of it, and that was me as well. So I watched it. And I've learned that it's a story of 7 kingdoms, and they all have rulers, and this John character, he fancied the blonde one, and he wanted to be with her so they could have a stronger kingdom. She made him bow to her. It was a real Beyonce move. And then he was turned on by that. They're now dating. And he has the power of her dragons, and they're together trying to rule the 7 kingdoms. And there's violence, and there's incest, and nudity, and that's Game of Thrones, and it's great.
I'm not a big fan of European food. I prefer British food.
What sort of thing?
Nando's, Café Rouge, Zzz's.
Proper stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, proper stuff.
European food, what do you think?
Pizzas aren't real food anyway. That's a cheese and tomato toasty. Mediterranean food is the kind of food you eat when you can't be asked to cook.
That's because you can't cook.
Yeah.
That is true.
You just put people in seats.
Good place got you there.
I mean, it's true, it's a fair point. I'm not a good cook.
Are you not a good cook?
Tapas I don't understand, because that's not enough. Is that Spanish for not enough?
We haven't made enough of that. Have some of that.
No, we'll need more. We're going to need more. And when, like, in this country, we celebrate big portions, don't we?
Yes.
Not tiny portions. Like, we were like, people boast about going somewhere where you could, all you could eat. All you could eat. All you could eat. So tapas doesn't work.
People want to have kids, don't they?
What do you think? I mean, you're knocked up.
I'm full-blown pregnant.
First or second?
Second. I've ruined my life.
And does the second just fall out?
I hope so.
I hope so. I still can't get over the fact that, you know, like, they come out your fanny, guys. Like, why haven't they invented yet? Do you remember those, like, face cloths, and you add water to them and they expand? That's like, and this is genuinely for the science community who I know watch E4. Like, if you get, like, the small bits of the baby, and you go, oh, there it goes, and then you push it in a bowl for 9 months, and it can grow in the bowl, and you can get on with your shit and be getting on with your day.
I love
but
that.
then it slowly expands.
What's the worst thing to do on a first date? Talk about an ex or drink too much. So, Desiree, what do you think?
I feel like the ex thing is gonna be way worse than the getting drunk thing. I feel like half of first dates are about getting drunk. Yeah. Like, you walk in there, you see the person, you're like, nope, let's do this, let's get it out the door. Like, I only have friends I've dated, first dates I've screwed, and people I'm never seeing again. So, like, if I walk in there and I'm just kind of like, you know in, like, the first, like, less than a minute where it's going.
Do you know I know straight away? Like, forget about exes or drinking. If you go for a curry and the 5 poppadoms comes out and they just crush it down the middle.
Oh, pisses me off.
Get out.
Kerry he's not about being a good singer. It's about letting prospective lovers know that you are an attention-seeking alcoholic.
OK, so do you think he's bluffing? Do you think there's a dick in the box, or do you think you've got a dick in the box?
I think Rob is bluffing because he's gone back to look at the dick so many times. And Rob is a respectable family man. I don't think he'd be so thirsty for the cock.
I think I'm getting into it.
OK, so it's time now for the Blindfolded Taste Challenge. OK, so what do you think? You think he's bluffing?
I think that there's the dick in my box. I think Rob's bluffing.
I mean, there's a point for whoever wins this. So, gentlemen, if you could face forward. And Catherine's man, we would like you to open your box.
I go on YouTube and I find clips of Antiques Roadshow when a rich woman has brought a painting on she thinks is worth loads, and they tell her it's worth fuck all.
Very good.
Yes, please.
I love it. It's a nice moment.
So good. So nice.
What about you, Kerry? What do you do?
Sometimes I have a look at Facebook at an ex and look into his eyeballs and think, you were a prick, I'm glad I'm not with you anymore.
OK. Cheer up, everyone.
I am for them getting rid of the advertising for children, but I actually put myself through university doing a McDonald's advert.
Oh, yeah.
And I was in this McDonald's advert where I had to basically horse my tongue into this young fella who was kissing in Ireland for like ages, then find €1 in his back pocket and go, and I'd spend that €1 on burgers. And I was like, no one will see this advert, it's going to be grand. There's one bus stop in the town that I'm from, and I ended up on the bus stop going, and then obviously someone wrote, oh, Aislinn's a slut on it, which, you know, was a fair enough review at the time. But then, you know what my mother did? My mother went in the middle of the night with a bottle of Jif and a J-cloth and wiped it off.
That's a sweet story.
Isn't that a sweet story, Tom? We've all had our struggles, babes.
Yeah, I know. I feel like actually it's a real affinity.
You know what, Aisling? She shouldn't have written it in the first place. It's her own fault.
It's a family business!
My mum sort of accidentally told me that my girlfriend was going to propose to me. I say accidentally. My girlfriend asked my mum if we could get married. And my mum, sort of afterwards, we were sort of having a drink together and she sort of let me know. She sort of went, "Here, Sue, do you reckon you and Alice are going to get married?" And I went, "Oh, yeah, I hope so." She went, "Do you think you'd want to do the proposing?" The only reason she's saying this is because I've got short hair. And Alice has got long hair. And she's like, "Oh, she deserves the proposal. She's making the effort." And I said, "Oh, I don't know, yeah, maybe." And Mum went, "If you want to, I'd crack on." Like,
Did you propose? Did she propose?
she proposed. It was very sweet. It was in our flat, and she said, "I think we should spend the rest of our lives together." I said, "That sounds lovely." And then because I knew that she was thinking of proposing, so for the last, 4 months, every time she, went to tie her shoelace, I was like, "Yes! Nothing! Nothing!" So, yeah, it was really sweet, and so we had this really sort of emotional, lovely moment, and then the cat immediately had a shit in the corner. And I was like, oh, and that's life, isn't it? I'm actually just realising why they put us on separate teams. They're trying to spread out the gay. Because it's catching. Watch out, Harriet.
But they've concentrated the Cockney. In one little corner.
No, I'm cock no, thanks.
I'll be honest with you, when I first saw it in the news, it said NHS dealing with a virus, I thought it's a bit of a slow news day, isn't it?
Is it MRSA again?
Just have the flu jab, we won't be in this problem, will we? Yeah, so it got hacked, the NHS got hacked. And yeah, basically all the computers got blocked up and then...
Blocked up?
I don't know what you call it.
I didn't realise you were technically minded. The computers are blocked up.
They're all blocked up.
I'll leave that 10 minutes if I were you, love. It's all blocked up.
Do you think they were using Microsoft instead of Apple because that way the doctors would turn up? Because an apple a day is... I'm just trying to put a bit of lightheartedness into a terrible situation.